I love hockey.
We've had some amazing designs, but they never really have had Logan in it. And this design actually came from a photo that was taken of Logan in one of his last hockey games in Nipawin.
The Saskatchewan-born artist has been chosen as this year's logo for Green Shirt Day. This is the work of Jeffrey Kehrig, who grew up in Humboldt. Kehrig won a national contest to come up with a new design for Green Shirt Day. The image he created captures Logan Boulet taking a slap shot and promotes organ and tissue awareness. Green Shirt Day was launched 7 years ago in honor of Boulet. The 21-year-old died in the Humboldt Broncos bus crash in 2018. 6 people's lives were saved because he was an organ and tissue donor. His story inspired 150,000 Canadians to sign up to become donors. Kehrig says having his work chosen for the Green T-shirt Day has been emotional.
The Humboldt Broncos were the superstars of my hometown. I'm a registered organ donor, and I feel Logan Boulet's story is a powerful legacy for our communities and our country.
Green Shirt Day to promote organ and tissue donation is held on April 7th, the day Logan Boulet became an organ donor.
Toby and Bernadine Boulet proudly wear their green shirts featuring this year's new design, a silhouette of their son Logan taking a slap shot. Green Shirt Day, held every April 7th, honors Logan, one of 16 people killed in the 2018 Humboldt Broncos bus crash. His donated organs saved 6 lives, and in the weeks after his death, inspired nearly 150,000 Canadians to register as donors, known as the Logan Boulet Effect.
And thank goodness Canadians did that, because they want to do something. They want to do something for the families. So they did.
Jeffrey Kehrig is a registered organ and tissue donor and the winner of the National T-shirt Design Competition. He lives in BC but grew up in Humboldt. He says being selected as the winner was overwhelming.
Just because it's from my hometown, and it was a very emotional time for a lot of people that grew up in Humboldt when the bus crash happened.
It was like growing up in Humboldt. It was like when the crash happened, it was the bus crash. It was, it was quite overwhelming. And for a lot of other people that lived in Humboldt, it was very strange. It was an emotional time for a lot of people that grew up there. So for me, I couldn't even, it was difficult to even talk to other people that, hey, I'm from here, because it was, very emotional. When I grew up, the Humboldt Broncos, they were the superstars of our hometown. And, that was, we didn't have any NHL hockey teams that were going to, I have students, they'll go to the Canuck games and stuff. But, we didn't have that. It was like, these are our superstars. And, they were larger than life. And when you talk to them or seen them, it was like a huge thrill for, an 8 or 9-year-old kid. And, they still have that standing with me. Is that Humboldt Broncos, I thought, was just, an elite club from a great town. They just taught a lot about working together as a team. All the great things that you learn from sports. They kind of modeled so much of that. And, when the crash happened, that's why it was, quite a big thing, emotionally. It really rocked a lot of people.
This is a new design.
Yeah, we have a competition. The last 3 years I've had a contest, and it's about the logo, but it's also about the story behind the designer, why they were inspired for what they make the logo. So this year, it's Jeffrey Kehrig. He lives in Port Coquitlam. He's married. He's got kids, and he's a school teacher. But he grew up in Humboldt, and he wanted to be a Bronco. He played lots of hockey, and he was inspired by Logan's story, and he bought a jersey. At the beginning when they were selling jerseys, he bought a jersey made it the Logan Boulet jersey, and he wears that to play road hockey in the street with his kids, and every beer league game he goes to, he wears this jersey. So then he had a chance to design the new one. So then he went and he wanted something of Logan. So he scoured the internet and he found a YouTube clip of Logan taking a slap shot. Then he wanted a picture of Logan. And well, then lo and behold, there is one. And it's Richard Peterson from Nippon that took the photograph. It's an iconic photograph because there's tons of action. And that's what this is. And then he went. Then Terry Fox inspired him because there's lots of Terry Fox T-shirts that have a silhouette like this.
Yes.
So then he took Logan, made it the silhouette.
Logan Boulet, he kind of has a bit of that parallel of, what Terry Fox. They're both elite athletes, and they selflessly gave for the benefit of others. And, it was just an unexpected happening or surge, too, from what they were doing. They didn't do it for people to know their name. They were doing it because they cared and they believed and they had a sense of compassion. There's a reverence, an honor, a courage and compassion with Logan and his choices and what he did for others. And for me, that simple, iconic image of Logan with his number 27 on the back, that kind of captures that transformative energy of that Logan Boulet effect. And it also honors the Bronco players and staff from that tragic bus accident. And their names and their stories, I think they need to be remembered, for the love and joy they gave to the game of hockey, their families, their spirit of sport, our hometown of Humboldt, and also, that potential of hope and life for other people. I mean, there's, from the research and what I've heard, there's like, I think it's like hundreds or thousands of people that are waiting for an organ. And I think Toby put it eloquently at the media launches, for some people, it's a matter of having that chair at their Thanksgiving or Christmas, having someone there that's important in their family. And sometimes that simple choice can make all that difference to making that happen. And if you haven't thought about becoming a registered donor, please, just think about that. April 7th is Green Shirt Day, and please get your green shirt or jersey to support. And you can do that at greenshirtday.ca.
I love hockey.